morning, traders. Welcome to the TMT Stock Market Strategy video for Tuesday, June 28th. The selling continues, and we opened lower, and we just kind of drifted lower pretty much all day. The volume was a little lighter than usual. I'll show that to you on a daily chart. But what we want to look for now is, can we get a possible bounce so we can have higher probability trades as far as shorting the market, right? We don't want to short down here. Dow, just give an example, down about 900 points in 2 days. You'll see the daily charts really took out about 3.5 months worth of gains in 2 days. And that's why I keep saying risk off happens rather quickly. And this is why I mentioned to you on this chart here, this indicator, the NYUD, very, very reliable indicator. Lower highs, lower lows, and lower highs, and while the market was going up. And I mentioned that this area here, when this was going up, right? When this was going up, we had some really good force of good buying coming into play. We made the high. At least we challenged this previous high, right? But when below zero, look what happens. Bam, the market sells off again. So you just got to be careful. Don't listen to the pundits, guys. You know the drill. I don't have to tell you. You know, everybody's, oh yeah, it's a buying opportunity. We got to buy the market. The internals are healthy. We talked about this. Not even close. So the internals don't lie. You could see that here on the New York Stock Exchange with advanced decline with volume. That's really a really good indicator. There's a lot more that I'm going to discuss in the premium video. A lot of the indicators with my trading model. So you guys, if you're looking for a little guidance in this crazy market, definitely sign up for the premium video, or even better yet, we have our dark pool trading room. Highly profitable. Take a look at it. Sign up. Which just right now is a special, and we are going to be increasing it shortly. All right. So here's the McClellan Oscillator, and it is telling me that we are still not deeply oversold. It's only at negative 52. So there's actually more room to run to the downside, guys. And these are the targets that I like to look at. So there's plenty of room to run to the downside still. Now, with Tuesday coming around, possible turnaround Tuesday, and then you have the end of the month inflows that do come in. But I don't suspect those inflows are going to be too much, because there's probably more outflows than inflows coming out of these funds. So, but you got to always kind of realize that the money does come in, and mutual funds do put that money to work. So it's going to be interesting to see if the inflows can outpace the outflows, if you will. So it's going to be really interesting to see. But we have turnaround Tuesday possibly coming in, and we'll see. I think we need a little more weakness, and then we can look for a retracement rally to buy into, and then look to short the market later on. Okay, now let's take a look at our put-call ratio. You can see here we're at negative 129. That definitely closed bearish, but still, I don't think it's. I think the put call needs to be higher, so we can actually look for some buying coming in. So not enough fear yet in the markets, although it's high. But I think we got to get somewhere around like the 135, 140, even 150-ish to really capitulate some of those weak hands. All right, take a look. Let's take a look at the other. State of VIX, and you could see. Oh, excuse me. You could see the VIX here. Real nice looking chart. Now that you see this big top tail, we have our black candle with a possible reversal. We did close back into the Bollinger Band. So now tomorrow, you want to be looking for 22 being the low. If the VIX can close below that 22, that'll put a sell signal for VIX and a short-term buy signal for the markets. And what I mean by that is just a plain short covering rally at this time. So take a look at that. Keep that number down there. 22 is going to be the spot. Actually, excuse me, 23 will be the spot. 23 will be the spot. So if that closes below 23, this will put a sell signal to the VIX and a buy signal to the markets. Okay. Here's the VXX just to show you. It's very similar. We did close below it, below the Bollinger Band. But you could see that we did not close outside it like the VIX did. So you always want to do your analysis work on the VIX, and then you can look to trade the VXX according to plan here. All right, so let's go right into the indexes. So we did a low to high fib, and 38% came right up in here. But you remember this number I mentioned to you. Watch this area here, that 199.25. It closed right on it, so it's there. It's still valid. It's a very good horizontal support. The 50% comes right in at 196.19. Okay, so keep an eye on that. And that's actually that head and shoulders pattern that we talked about. That's that bigger target. So 196. It would not surprise me if we get down there. You could see the volume was a little lighter, actually half as lighter. Excuse me, not as heavy as it was on Friday. But look, you can see we're starting to get oversold. Now remember, oversold is not a buy signal. It's just telling us oversold, and it can be oversold for quite some time. I had this important low to watch. Gone, breached it. Now we hit the 38%. So the next step is, you can see we have a thin zone here. Your next step will be that 50% retracement at 195.57. Now, I would suspect that we hold a little bit. I mean, this is really, really big two down days. And would turnaround Tuesday possibly happen? Again, guys, that's just a saying, but it does happen for some reason when the markets, move one way hard. The latter part of last week, we usually get some sort of follow through and then a turnaround Tuesday. Markets reverse, and the shorts, they cover in this case. So just keep that in mind. All right. Now let's take a look at 60-minute. Wanted to just show you where we are here. This bearish rising wedge actually target was hit a while ago, and you can see how really oversold we are. And this is on a 60-minute chart. So 21% on the RSI. So you could see that we're doing. Look at how far we are away from our TMT's proprietary price channels here, and along with this moving average. So it's due for a snapback rally. And again, doesn't have to be tomorrow. Okay. What I'm looking for here on the 30-minute chart, I'm looking for energy to be building like we did here. You see how we had 3 days consolidation. Energy was building, and sure enough, we dumped. Now, we still need to tighten a little bit more. So maybe markets kind of chop around a little bit, pop up, and then this Bollinger Band can actually start tightening again like it did here. Okay? Just to show you where we are. All right, here's the Russell. Russell here, 38% retracement. We do have that little support here at 110.04. And at 38%, the 50% would come in right around the 105.95. And you can see here as well, we're getting oversold. Not as quite as the spiders, but yes, we are getting there. Now here's our leader, and here's another reason why I'm looking for clues for a type of a bounce. We already hit a 61.8% retracement here. Okay, that's the golden ratio. That's something that you want to look for on any stock indexes, whatever you're doing your analysis work on. You want to look at that 61.8% retracement. Usually that golden ratio does spark a little bit of buying. And you can see how far away we are. Look at how far away we are, guys, from these averages. At any given moment, you're gonna get a snapback rally. So you got to be very careful looking to get short here. These are all natural sellers pretty much most of today. Selling just continued pretty much all day. Even little bounces they sold into. But for us short sellers, if you're going to look to short the market, that higher probability trade is not here right now. So you have to wait until the markets either retrace and give you a dead cat bounce. Here, and last is the Qs. You can see here we took away that target. And now we're back down to these areas here, these lower areas. Nasdaq really just took it on the chin. Really, really bad. But you can see the volume is a little bit lighter. So it looks like selling is a little subsiding just a touch. So we'll see what happens here, guys. Let's look for tomorrow. Again, keep an open mind. Don't look to catch a falling knife. As you know, the algos, they come in and they go one side, and they'll go one side hard, whether it be to the upside or to the downside before it reverses. And your stop's got to be bigger, so just keep that in mind going into tomorrow, going into this morning's trade. Have a great day, guys, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care.